Welcome into the halftime show here on the PAC Sports Network as we're at the break between Grove City and Franciscan, and we're now joined by Franciscan men's basketball senior guard, Aidan Hickey. Aidan, great to get you on the network today. How's it going?
Great. Yeah, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely. Well, hey, listen, we appreciate you taking a little bit of time. Want to just jump right into just how this season has been for you and your team and just what have been some of the takeaways up into this point of the year?
Yeah, I mean, so obviously in terms of win-loss, it hasn't been what we really expected or what we were hoping for going into the season. But at the end of the day, there's blessings and there's lessons in life, and so we really there's still a lot to take away from this season. We have been super, I would say, unfortunate with we've had some injuries, we've had some guys kind of fall away from the team, and that obviously is just that makes it really difficult. So we've had a lot of guys step up in new roles that, including myself, that they haven't really had in the past. And it's just been, it's been a grind, a constant process every day. Everybody's trying to get better in their new role. Everything's always changing, yeah, I mean, so even right now we've had, Travis Lean is, he just got injured. He's fighting, trying to get back, but, our big guy, Joe Silvera just got injured. Josh Zimmerman just missed our last game with a little hip injury. And then we've had some offensive talent leave us as well. So it's been a grind, but every day we really we go into practice with a positive mindset. We go ready to grind, ready to work. And at the end of the day, that helps us grow as men. And at this point, that we're trying to take away as many lessons from this season as we can. And I would say that I've personally grown this year more than any sports season I ever have, both as a man and as a leader and as a basketball player as well. So there's definitely lessons to take away from it.
Well, it's great that you've been able to not only find that individual growth, but also you've been able to grow with your teammates, and you guys have been able to, weather the storm a little bit and find that, you figure out the way to fight through that adversity. But I want to get into your career, Aidan, because you have an interesting journey to how you came to where you are today. But I do want to ask just what led you to going to Franciscan? I mean, why did you want to continue your athletic career at Franciscan?
Yeah, I mean, that is kind of a long story. But the short version of it, basically out of high school, baseball was always my main sport. And so I got an opportunity to go on scholarship at school in Florida called Ave Maria University and play baseball there. And, I honestly had a great time there for 2 years, my freshman and sophomore year. Freshman year was the COVID year, so we played about half a season, but still was just a blast, to be able to be across the country, see who I am. It helped my growth as a man a lot, to just be on my own, with nobody around me and just kind of figure things out. And after my sophomore year, some things had changed at Ave Maria, and the way I felt about baseball had changed a lot. And it felt like more of a job to me than having fun. And I felt like I had more potential to really better myself, at a better university. And thankfully my dad had actually just got a job at Franciscan University. And so he met my mom at Franciscan, and my oldest sister, she met her husband now. They have a kid. They met at Franciscan, and my older brother, Sean, who I'm sure you guys know pretty well, he's engaged now. So he met his spouse, or his future spouse, at Franciscan as well. So I had a lot of positive pressure. I wouldn't call it pressure. I would say encouragement to come to Franciscan. And, I prayed about it a lot, thought about it a lot. And it really it felt like the right move. And it was a very difficult move, very, very difficult. I hadn't played basketball in 2 years. I was really very focused on baseball. And I called up Coach Wallace and said, I'm willing to, I don't know what I'm going to give you, but I'm willing to give you everything I got. And last year it turned out to be, much better season than what I expected. And I really just wanted to play with my older brother, Sean, for a year. And I ended up having some fun and playing more than I expected to. And so I went into this off season really working hard and trying to make a big impact for the team this year. And here we are.
Well, I know you mentioned the connection with your family and a very deep connection with your family in Franciscan. How much has this school meant to your family, and just how much do you feel that it continues to mean to you all, especially with the fact that your brother is going to be getting married to somebody he met there, your parents met there. I mean, this is a school that clearly has a lot of meaning for you all.
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. I didn't even mention I have a younger sister that goes there as well. It's actually her birthday today, so happy birthday, Megan. But um, yeah, I mean, it's huge. My parents absolutely love it there. My dad's worked there a couple different times throughout the throughout the years, and every time he goes back, he kind of just accomplishes more and more at the school. And now he's really there for the long haul. And yeah, I mean, it's a wonderful, wonderful school. I mean, in terms of faith, in terms of just the people there. My mom, when I was being encouraged to transfer, she doesn't guarantee a lot of things, but she told me I can guarantee you that you will love Franciscan and that you will be really happy with this choice. And she was right. I mean, it really is even bigger than my actual family. This basketball team, this university, Coach Wallace. I mean, this is my second family without question.
Well, you mentioned that you got a chance to play with one of your family members last year and your older brother, Sean, and I would just love to hear what that was like for you two being on the court together, which I'm sure hasn't happened in, quite some time, especially with you being at a different school. So what was that like for you two to be back out on the hardwood together?
It was amazing. Yeah, it was absolutely amazing. I mean, he's such a talented player, such like talented scorer, talented leader, and to see him in his fifth year, just a very mature man. And I lived with him as well last year. We had a house together, and he was just a great example for me and how to live life and how to make smart decisions and how to really give it your all. How to offer your full self to whatever it is, to whether that's his girlfriend at his time, now his fiance, or whether it's the team, in terms of meals, sleep, preparation, everything, mental preparation. So how he approaches life in general is very similar to how he approaches basketball. And it was awesome to be on the court with him again. It's really fun. My favorite basketball memories are from last year. I had great times in high school as well. We played together a couple times in high school, but I mean, my favorite memories from last year were me and him out there together, either me assisting him or him assisting me, or us kind of going back and forth, hitting threes, getting us back into the game. And yeah, I mean, I loved it. It was really a blast.
And it's definitely a very unique situation. Not many people get to say that they were able to play with their older, younger siblings or just really siblings in general, right? So I think that's a very, very unique and cool thing that you guys get to both share and get to continue to talk about as you guys go through life. But I do want to get into your baseball side of things because I am very curious as to how you're able to juggle basketball, baseball, and schoolwork all at the collegiate level. So what does that look like for you? I mean, especially once baseball kind of starts creeping up, and I'm sure there are times where you're having to bounce from one workout to the next, and then you've got class. How does that all kind of look for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's been crazy my entire life. I've never really known what an off season is. From the time I was, in third, fourth grade when I started playing basketball, I was already playing baseball. I actually played on Sean's baseball team as well. I played up a couple years to be on his team, and that helped me grow a lot as a player. But I mean, in terms of at the collegiate level, it was very, very difficult, especially at Ave Maria. I mean, we have, a lot of times we have 3 separate workouts a day in between the classes. Waking up early. You don't get much sleep as a college athlete, and that's very difficult to manage because sleep is really one of the most important factors when it comes to performing at a high level. I mean, in terms of at Franciscan, yeah, I mean, I think last year we lost our last game against Chatham, and 2 days later I was in the cages. So it's very difficult to be able to give your full self to both teams because you don't want to be thinking about one when you're thinking about the other or when you're playing the other. And yeah, and then you have to balance school on top of that, which for me, school is definitely a priority, and then basketball. It's faith, family, and then school, and then it'll be sports following that. So it's very important. My education is very important to me, and I'm lucky enough to go to Franciscan where I can receive a great education. And yeah, it just takes a lot of time management skills, helps you, a lot of leadership skills, a lot of things that will definitely help me in the real world. And I think I'm going to look back on and be very grateful for my time to be able to do that.
Well, Aidan, we definitely enjoyed your time today here on the halftime show. We really appreciate it. And before we let you go, just want to hear, what is it going to be and kind of an important factor, if you will, that will help you guys finish out this season really strong and really make that push towards the playoffs and really make that a postseason appearance?
Yeah, I mean, I would just offer you one word, and that'd be toughness. Whether that's physical toughness or mental toughness, we need to really turn it up and turn it on for the guys that don't have that many games left. So we owe it to the guys that are injured. We owe it to the guys in the past who still watch our games. And yeah, and we really just need to be just mentally tough, go into every game expecting to win, expecting to play extremely hard, rebound hard, expect to make shots. And that really just comes down to mental toughness. And in terms of myself, I think that my leadership role right now is to lead the charge in terms of that, and really show what mental toughness looks like and what physical toughness looks like. And if I can do that, hopefully I think that we'll have some guys that follow, and we'll get a couple more wins without question. We will.
Well, Aidan, we definitely appreciate your time today, and good luck in the rest of this game as well, and as also good luck in the rest of the season as well.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
That's Aidan Hickey of Franciscan men's basketball. Folks, don't go anywhere as we'll continue with our coverage for the Grove City men's basketball team and the Franciscan men's basketball team right after this.